Hello YouTube! Today we're doing an unboxing of the iPhone 16e. I tried to get this when it first came out February 28th, but the post office gave me a lot of trouble shipping this to me, so I'm finally getting to it a month and a half later. Let's go ahead and open it up. There it is right there. There is a one circle punch out in the box for the one camera. And we have the phone and the USB-C charging cord, the braided cable in the vertical position like the two cameras for the iPhone 16. Let's go ahead and do the screen peel away. Nice. All right, there it is. It has slightly thicker bezels than I feel like the iPhone 16 has. I feel like it has the gap here is very iPhone 14. Oh, that was fast. Cycle count 0. Look at that, brand spanking new. We have the action button now, which has all the same features as the previous action button, with visual intelligence added to being able to activate from the action button. And they added apps to the shortcuts, so you can now use the action button to launch a shortcut, which will launch one of your apps. Let's set it for flashlight for now. So pressing and holding should turn on the flashlight. Well, that's lame. It just says flashlight on, flashlight off. It doesn't actually give you like little cool flashlight icon like you get here. Now on the iPhone 15 Pro, you can adjust the brightness and the beam. And on the iPhone 16, you can't adjust the beam width, but you can adjust the brightness. But it looks like on the iPhone 16e, you can just turn it on and off. There's no adjusting the brightness. It's just one or the other. The iPhone 16e has a shocking resemblance to the iPhone XR. The notch at the top is narrower, so the sensors are not spaced out quite as far. But on the back, you have that single camera design in a almost same size body. Very similar. The iPhone XR is only a whisker wider and taller. So the iPhone 16e is this weird combination of iPhone 14 frame and screen, a single camera like the iPhone XR, but bigger, and then it has Apple Intelligence now. Press and hold. There it goes. Now it made the sound and the animation. So you have the nice animation, and the animation goes around the cutout, whereas like on the iPhone 16 and 15 Pro, when you launch it, it goes above the dynamic island, and the animation doesn't need to go around the dynamic island since there's screen above the dynamic island. All right, let's talk about pricing. Back in February when Apple released the price, people were throwing a fit about how expensive it is, and rightly so. The iPhone SE before it, which also only had one camera, was much cheaper because they recycled a bunch of parts. So you had iPhone 8 parts in this phone with a newer, more powerful processor. This phone has iPhone 14 parts, so you would think it would be more around iPhone 14 price, which right now is sitting in the $300 to $400 price range, with a more powerful processor, so that would justify maybe $500, but they're asking $600 for this. So the iPhone SE, when it was brand new, was $430, and the iPhone 16e is $600. On Apple's website, they advertise iPhone 16e, latest iPhone, greatest price, starting at $600, which is $200 cheaper than the iPhone 16, but there's a lot of features you're missing out on, like MagSafe, for example, which has been a standard feature on iPhone since the iPhone 12. In February, when Apple said that the iPhone 16e was going to be $600, people immediately said that you should get an iPhone 15 Pro instead, which you could also find for $600. And I was like, what? No way. Because when the 15 Pro came out last year, it was $1,000. So I was expecting, as is common with iPhones, they usually lose $100 to $200 value a year. So a $1,000 phone a year later would be at the cheapest. And what normally happens with iPhones would be the cheapest $800, not $600 like this one. But in fact, you can find the iPhone 15 Pro for $600. On Amazon, if you get one locked to AT&T, you can get it for $620. And a unlocked one is $700, but you can find it even cheaper from other vendors. I bought this one locked to T-Mobile, which it works great, just fine, for $500. So my iPhone 15 Pro with 3 cameras was cheaper than the iPhone 16e with only 1 camera. And it can do everything and more than the iPhone 16e can. The iPhone 16e does have some cool features. It does have that Apple Intelligence. It does have the action button, but you're missing out on a lot of simple features. A feature like MagSafe, to be able to attach it to a car mount when you're driving or something, to be able to attach it to a wireless charger or a charging stand. You have to get a special case in order for those features to work. That feature should be included with all iPhones. MagSafe is invented by Apple. An Apple phone should have it, especially for $600. If they were selling it for $400, I could understand some cutbacks. I could understand losing some features like MagSafe for $400. But $600, you should be getting a fully capable iPhone. All right, that is all I have to say for this video. Have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is.